Oh, good morning everybody, here we are again. Little bit of an explanation about yesterday's video, why I had to take it off. There was a problem right in the middle of the video for security reasons, and I was unable to edit that part that had the problem in it. To either I would lose, because it was right in the middle, so I would lose half the video, either the first half or the last half. So I just decided to do the video again this morning, but a wee bit of a tweak to it, unfortunately. It's going to be another nice day here. My screen's kind of dark, but I hope you can see it alright. So we're walking down the same bit as yesterday, but again we'll just tweak it a wee bit. It'll be a shorter video, but it is what it is, so hey ho, here we go. I hope you're doing okay today. It was quite warm last night. I couldn't sleep last night because of the heat. But maybe that was just me. So yeah, unfortunately the video I put up yesterday already had 54 views on it, so but again it is what it is. It's hey ho, just need to get past it. So what are you guys up to today? Anything nice where you guys are? Apparently this is going to be good weather today and tomorrow, a bit more cloudy on Thursday, and rain for the weekend. And apparently we're going to get lammy snow next week, so that's nice. There's a saying about April being out, and I can't remember what it is. So there's a scaffy wagon coming in, so I better go off the road so I not get flattened. Still kind of cloudy here, but they're saying it's going to brighten up, so that's good. And it was really warm yesterday afternoon after I'd done the video, so I got to sit in my summer house for a wee while. Made sure I put my washing out. So again, this is down by Distillery. I'm not going beside the distillery today. I'll do that in another video, but I'll tweak it a wee bit. And I'll go around by the path which we seen at the tail end of in the middle of the video. So so we're getting near the point of our mass pipe bans on the 29th of April in the Crawl Park. So as I hope it's a day like this then, because after all the hard work everybody's put in, it would be a shame if it rained, you know. So we've got tug of war teams. We're still looking for tug of war teams, so if you know a team that would like to do it, let the Heritage Centre know. Mass pipe bands, obviously. There's going to be crafters round the park. Down at the park, there's a wee car parking bit where the swing park is. That is only for disabled parking only. You cannot park near the Crawl Park if you're not disabled, or and as I said in previous videos, Please don't park on Averon Road or Penge Road. Think of the people that actually stay there, that need access to their property. There is car parks. There's car parks behind the high street. There's the Averon Centre. There's the top of Obstdale Road. There's a bowling club. So please try not to park in Averon Road or Penge Road, because it's a very narrow road and residents need access to their properties, especially in emergencies. So if there's too many cars on the side of the road and someone needs an ambulance, the ambulance can't get into that house because the car parked outside it. So please do not park. Try not to park in Averon Road or Penge Road, please. Just think of other people rather than yourself. And so I can't really remember what I was talking about yesterday. So there's tonight's Distillery. Because all my wee blethers are sort of like, they just come into my head and things, so it won't be like the video yesterday. So that's where we've just come from. Sorry, I'm just rolling up my sleeves. There we go. So it's starting to get warm now. I have a cardigan on, but I think that'll be taken off shortly. I've got, I've signed up for a thing in the parent centre this morning. For Phase Ross. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's every Tuesday, I think. Or is it maybe once a month? I can't remember. So I'm looking forward to that. We'll go down here and see what the river's like. Today it sounds pretty quiet. After all the dry weather we've had. It's a nice still day, there's no wind or anything. It's lovely and still and quiet, which I love these kind of days. You know, because if it's rainy or windy, you know, you don't feel great, you feel miserable. But in days like this, you know, the sun comes out, if it's nice and calm, your mind is calm. Your body is calm. So yeah, so on Sunday I was telling you that we had a missionary team from Northern Ireland over, and we had them at our church on Friday night. They were at New Wine Church in Tain on Saturday night, and then we had them again on Sunday night, and it was really nice. It was good to see them again. I've met them before. They are really good preachers. I make no secret of me being a Christian, so that's my beliefs. I'm not putting anything onto anybody else. You know, only you can change your circumstances, and you know, I can't do it for you, even though I might sort of like maybe nudge in a direction, but it's up to you how you change or whatever. So, but nobody's forcing anybody. I mean, when I was younger, obviously we called Christian people like Bible thumpers or Holy Joes, you know what I mean, things like that. But everybody assumes that being a Christian, or if you talk to a Christian, we're going to shove a Bible in your face, or quote scripture at you, or tell you you're doomed if you don't change your life, which is nonsense. You know, we're like everybody else. We're not perfect ourselves, by no means. We all have our good days and bad days. And we just believe in something that you don't. Basically, that's all it is. That's where we came out yesterday. And we don't bite, you know. I remember when the Grounded Cafe first opened, and it is run by the Free Church, and there was a lot of people not wanting to go in it because it was run by the Free Church, and they thought, oh well, as soon as I sit down to get a cup of tea, I'll get a Bible in my face, you know, or whatever. Morning. Yeah, or, you know, tell you you're doomed or you're going to hell and things like that, which is, again, is nonsense. It was a coffee. Yes, it was run by the church, but it was just a coffee, offering tea, coffee and meals at that point. It was a safe place for a lot of people, the cafe. A lot of people that had problems, that either they had a learning disability, and it was a safe place to come. It wasn't that busy, it wasn't that noisy. People with mental health issues, you know, came there for somebody to talk to. You know, we had it's the people that some of the volunteers that were there. They were brought there by certain reasons, and it really helped their mental health issues. Got them within a good setting. Something that they could help serve other people. You know, and it's, you know, I was one of the volunteers, and it helped me as well. I was out in my comfort zone totally, because I've never done anything like that before. Never worked in a cafe before. I was starting to learn the till and getting to know familiar faces came in and what they wanted, because we had our regulars, and you know, I always went in. I always had the same thing every single time I went in. I think twice I changed my mind, but I reverted back to my usual, which was toasty, and a ham toasty and their handmade chips, and oh my word, you've never tasted anything like it. So fortunately those days are gone. This new cafe that's reopened again, I'm not doing anything like that. They might do it in the future, but not at the moment, unfortunately. But hey-ho. We never stopped at the river, never mind. Too busy playing. So yeah, the coffee was served a lot of people for different ways, different things. You know, meeting up with friends that you haven't seen for a long time. It was a nice, quiet setting to have a cup of coffee with a friend, and you know, and just blather away, and you know, it was really nice. But unfortunately, took the decision to close it. But again, I've talked about this before, so I'm not going to repeat it. So I think all we're doing today is just, I'll go down round by Dalmore Distillery, same what I did yesterday, but I've missed a bit out. So we're going to go up this wee slope and then down the hill the other side, and we'll take it from there. So I'll just open the gate. Oh, that's where we've just been. And that road's very quiet today. Look at that. Hardly a car. I think people, because they're back at work, back at school, not many cars out and about now at the moment. I hate walking along this bit, and there's lorries passing. Okay, so, oh dear, so I'm going to go down this bit, so I'm going to pause you. Okay, so that's us down again. If you got to this point, I went through that way yesterday, but I'll go underneath the bridge this time. Nice clear water we have, and it's a brown river. The river looks brown, the water looks brown, but it's not, it's clear. I'm glad I put my hat back on today. Because the sky is getting kind of bright. The glare of the sun or the sky annoys my eyes and gives me a sore head, so I've got to put a hat on. And it does help. You know, the wee birdies tweeting away in the mix of grass. There's a slight wind now, so we're doing the water. Our liners are back in. They've started coming back in again to Invergordon. So hopefully we'll get some visitors this time. Some people walk from Invergordon to Alness, but majority of them hop on a local bus and go to Inverness. So not very sure if the district and the new ADT has got all the information of when the liners are in. So if you can avoid going to Inverness on the bus, or using the bus anywhere, on the days the liners are coming in, it'll be quite beneficial because you probably not get on it. That's where we just come from. Oops, need to follow for a big grass bit. Just going to pause you for a minute. Sorry guys, spoke to a nice wee doggy and it was half blind and deaf, and oh, poor wee soul, shame. Anyway, so yeah, if you can avoid the days that liners are in going on a bus, I very seldom go on a bus now, especially to Inverness, because I've got a rail card and I pay £15 a year for this rail card, and I can get half price fares, which ends up a lot cheaper than what a bus fare would be to Inverness. So I take the train now. You know, so plus it's warmer, especially in the winter, because the buses are always freezing, and going along the road with the old buses, they rattled to bits. Surprised bits haven't fallen off the buses because of the roads, and when your bones get shaken about, you know. But if I go to Inverness with my girl, we need to go in the bus, go through in the bus, and then we come home on the train. That's her routine, because she likes buses and trains. So plus she has a +1 card as well, so it helps. But again, I avoid going with her on a bus when the liners are in, because they're not very nice. I mean, especially the Germans that come over, but I know not all Germans are the same, so I'm not tying everyone on the same brush. But when these people from the liners get on buses, they're disgusting with their behaviour, because they think that they take precedent over the locals. I think I've told you this, guys, before. I even had an incident when I had to take her to Inverness because she had a hospital appointment in Dalmore, and then we arrived back down to the bus station after her appointment, waiting for the bus home, and so this guy pushed her out the way so he could go on the bus before her. Now, she was maybe, I would say, 7 or 8 at the time. So trying to push a 7 and 8-year-old out the road just because you want a seat, not on, pal. So I really had, obviously, you know, most people know me and my temperament. I did have a go. This was before I became a Christian, so I went to town on him. You know, and he just shrugged it off. He didn't care. And the way they talk to the drivers, oh man, I'm surprised the drivers actually let them on. The way they behaved, because they think they're special because they got on there's a visitor on a cruise ship, you know. And you know, a couple of years ago, I think before COVID anyway, the bus drivers were letting all the locals on first, so they can get a seat first, which is the right thing to do, you know. And but since COVID, well, I'm not actually very sure if they've started it again or not, because it's only the first year back of the liners since COVID, since the lockdown. I think I was on a bus coming from Tane, and I was happened to be the bus stopped in Invergordon, so we're picking up all the passengers from the liners, and so they were shouting at him, "Oh, why is there not a bus every 10 minutes?" So somebody else piped up saying, "Look, you're in the Highlands of Scotland, this is not Edinburgh or Glasgow or London. We don't have buses every 10 minutes. We're lucky if we get a bus every hour to Inverness." And it's a vital service to for our locals, going to hospital appointments, going to school, going to work. You know, again, why should they take precedence over the local people who actually stay here, who use the service day in, day out? You know, I've been on the bus when an old lady came on and she had like a tripod walker, and they wouldn't let her sit down. They wouldn't give up a seat for her. So again, a local, I think it was a gentleman, went to town on them to get them to move their backsides to let this old lady sit down. So some of the behaviour of the cruise liner passengers is really disgusting. So anyway, so that's where we just come from. That's heading to the Yankee Pier. We were able to go that way, but now it's been blocked off. So we need to go through this way. I don't know if people have made it to this point yesterday. I'll go through this gate. But I showed you the old house, the old abandoned house that used to be here. It's been demolished, and there were reports that there were bats in the building, in the roof space, and they were going to put, I heard they were going to put bat boxes up before they demolished it, so I don't know whether they've done that or not. So that's a shame. You know, again, I told you about the three, I think is there 3 or 4 cottages, mini cottages that you can see when you're going on the show road to Invergordon on your right hand side that belongs to the Distillery. 2 of them are getting demolished. Not sure what they're going to do with them or what they're going to do with the space. Again, I think there's bats in them, or there's bats in one of the buildings that they're renovating or something, down where the shop is, down that area. So not sure what's going on, what the renovations are doing. It's still closed to the public. It has been since COVID, possibly before COVID. So there's no tours on. The only difference is we've been this year, and the start of the cruise season or liner season, is that Dalmore Farm, the new shop and restaurant, they're going to have a lot of visitors. They're going to be very, very busy. You know, good luck to them, dealing with a lot of people in such a, I wouldn't say the restaurant or the dining area is very big. You know, it could be packed full of locals. There is dining outside, but you know, you have to it's not table service, you have to go up to the counter. And if you've got a small child with you, you know, it's not great for you to get their seat, get them settled, and then you have to walk away from them to order food. You know, because you run a risk if you're going up to the counter first, ordering your food, because you have to let them know what table you're at, and you run the risk of not being able to find somewhere to sit. So, yeah, it's catch-22, I'm afraid. So I think I remember I mentioned yesterday about people getting offended by everything. You know, people are frightened to speak just in case they offend anybody, because it's stupid. It really is absolutely stupid the way the world is going. It's turned upside down. You know, I mean, calm down. You know, all these people who get easily offended, mainly the millennials, or snowflakes as we call them. You know, I mean, come on, just chill. It's the same with, you know, I did mention Black Lives Matter and the way the movement has scaled up. You know, our lives matter too. Of course they do. Everybody's lives matter, no matter what colour of skin you have, or religion you are, or where you come from in the world, or the way you dress, or the type of home you have, even if you live in a caravan. You know what I mean? Every single human being, their lives matter. Every single one of us. And we need to work together, people. You know, we can't be, there's too much them and us working against each other. You know, there's too much hate in the world. There's too much, you know, going up against each other and competing, and, you know, I've got a better job than you, so you're nothing. No. We all have a part to play in this world, no matter what it is. So yeah, we all have the same colour of blood inside us. We all came into this world the same way. We will all go out this world the same way. Nobody is better than everybody else. No matter how much money you have, how big a house you have, you know, what job you do, nothing of that matters, because everybody is equal. Every single one of us. Nobody is perfect, including myself, as I said earlier on. You all make mistakes in our life. We all have to deal with certain things. Sometimes we deal with them in a different way from everybody else. Sometimes we go the wrong way to deal with them. Me included. There's a lot of things that I've done in my life that I'm not proud of, but I've made peace with it. You know, that's all in my past. I need to move on. look to the future. We've got to stop sort of like you know, these days a lot of people want to identify themselves as a cat or a dog. I mean, come on, you're still human at the end of the day, no matter what you're called. You're still human. The language of schools is changing. It's absolutely crazy the way the language is changing in schools. There's the A9 going south, A9 going north, so it is pretty quiet today, as you can see. Oh man, it's getting warm now. So yeah, the language in schools are changing. It's no longer he and she, it's, you know, them or they. You know, it's just bonkers, absolutely bonkers. I mean, if you want to sort of like identify yourself as non or non-binary, I think it's called, have at it. It's your thing, but don't drag everybody else down with it. There's a nice wee cottage here. This is called the Dalmore Lodge. There's nobody in it at the moment. So yeah, if you don't drag us into your wee world. That's fine. You're still human. You still have to respect everyone else, no matter what gender you are or what way you want to be seen as. You know, you're still a human being at the end of the day. You're still getting treated like everybody else. And I don't care if I get blasted for my opinion. It is my opinion. It's just been, the world's been turned upside down. You know, there's no discipline in schools, absolutely zero, and it shows when the kids come out of, go out to the at lunchtimes. If anybody's lost a bike, it's here. Looks if it's been discarded for a while. Anyway, right. Yeah, when they come out at lunchtime, down to the high street or into Morrison's, their language, their behaviour is clearly to see that there's no discipline anywhere, inside or outside the home, or inside or outside the school. You know, and then it's scary because knowing that that's the next generation that's going to maybe run the country, or, you know, police, or, you know, teachers themselves, or, you know, it's scary to think that these kids, I know there's only kids, I know we done stupid stuff when we were parents, but we respected everyone. We were taught, you know, to respect everybody. We were taught manners, to say please, thank you, excuse me. We were told to treat everyone the way you wanted to be treated. If you caught my video yesterday, I said that I was getting, before I even started the video yesterday, I was getting taunts from young boys. I mean, there must have been only about, I think barely 16. That was at lunchtime. And, you know, years ago, that would really bother me. Right guys, I'm actually going to stop the video, well, I'm going to pause the video here now, because the kids are out on break. Okay guys, so we got past them a wee bit. So yeah, no discipline anywhere. We got punished for if we done something wrong by our teachers and our parents, and boy, we never done it again. But now you're not even allowed to touch them. If the teacher says anything to them, the student can say, oh, I'm offended by that, and report them. And you know, again, the world is turned upside down. It's stupid, absolutely stupid. You know, we need to get this world back on track. We need to be nice to each other, respect each other. If you respect people, they'll give you respect back. Respect is earned, it's not freely given. And people need to realise that. You know, you always treat people the way you want to be treated. If you don't want to be treated like garbage, don't treat somebody else like garbage. You know, I mean, I've said to you before that I was really bullied in school from primary 7 right to 3rd year. And I couldn't wait till I turned 16 to get out of the school. Well, you couldn't, I hated it. And I would never, I mean, being bullied in school has, even my working life, my adult working life, I was made to feel worthless. I was humiliated. You know, it's made me A, stronger person, and B, I would never treat anybody like that again. Well, not again, but the way I was treated, I would never treat anybody like that, never. But these days, bullying, it's not only physical bullying or verbal. It's, you can get the craze is now videoing somebody that's getting physically bullied or physically harmed and put it on the internet to humiliate them even further. They're getting a hold of their phone numbers and texting them and messaging them and sending them photos, and you know, hacking their accounts and sending people their private photos and things like that. You know, the world is a dangerous place. Like the internet, you know, multimedia, it's very, very dangerous. So that's just coming down this way. That's our brand new school. That's where the school used to be, it was over there. Oh man, I need to take this cardigan off. Right, so we're going to go over this bridge just now because I need to be at the parent centre shortly. What is the time? Can't even find the phone on my watch. Watch isn't playing, so I don't know what the time is. I think it's maybe about 10 to 11. So we're just going to go up here for a minute and then we'll go to the other side. See, the steps have been here, this bridge has been here a long, long time. So it's hard to believe that there used to be a school here. It really is. And where the school is now, we used to hold our car rallies down there. And that's where the last Bike Pan Championships was. That came to illness. So yeah, we got to be nice to each other. Come on, have respect for one another. You know, you never know what people are going through. You know, you never know what's behind, what's going on behind closed doors. I mean, you don't judge what you don't know. You know, people might be having a hard time at home, or they've maybe just lost a family member, or, you know, even the bullies themselves. I mean, what's going on in their head? What's making them do this in the first place? You know, you've got to ask that kinds of questions as well. You know, what's making them do it? You know, and we need to sit down and talk with these kids. You know, find the real story. You know, we're going to go through the Heritage Garden because I'm too early. So yeah, we just need to sit down and talk to them calmly rather than shouting at them, and, you know, just trying to get a picture of where they're at and what they're feeling and things like that. You know, you never know, you might change their minds and you might change their way of thinking, and, you know, we just need to talk to each other properly, calmly, you know, with no judging, absolutely zero judging. And I used to be bad for judging people before I became a Christian, and you know, now I'm at a place that I can sort of saying, well, what's actually going on with someone? What's the real story here? You know. So anyway, I'm going to stop the video here. I'll turn it around. That's better. There you go. So thank you for joining me. I'm sorry that I had to delete the video yesterday. So I hope this video is equally as good as yesterday's. But it is what it is. So I was hoping maybe to do another one this morning or this afternoon. So we'll see what time I have. Because I don't think I'll be getting out next week. So again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, please like it, and we'll see you again. So ta-ta, guys.